Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So in this video, we're going into Mystery in the Micro Realms, and this is quest number 3, the final quest of the first chapter. And this is just my initial clear of the first chapter. So you can see the team that I went in here with, and you may notice that I brought in Gladiator Hulk. And there's a reason for that, as you'll see when I select my path a little bit later. But for this first node, we have to deal with a poison. So you're going to want to bring in a poison immune champion. Now Gladiator Hulk could do it, but so can Hyperion. And I also brought in a backup, Vision. But Hyperion is more than up for the task. So he, if you have him, is to be preferred, but you do want to bring in somebody that's going to be able to handle those poisons. Alright, so we're up against Archangel here. Now, Archangel can be a royal pain to anyone running suicides like I am. However, because Hyperion is poison immune, Archangel is not going to be able to get those neurotoxins on him. So that is a nice thing there, because a lot of times just a moment's inattention and he'll hit you with that wing and now you got neurotoxins on you and the fight is usually over at that point. It does so much damage, but we got through him, not too much of a problem. And you're going to see me here just verify this path, and it is a starburst path. So anytime you have to take starburst, think Gladiator Hulk, even if you only have a 4-star version. And you can look into his abilities, but when he gets passive damage, passive degen like that, he has what's called a face me mechanic, and it makes him a beast. He heals and he does more damage. So throughout the rest of these fights, for a starburst, I'm going to be using Gladiator Hulk. And I want you to keep track of his health. See how well he is doing health-wise. Now, my Gladiator Hulk is only a rank 3. And I have thought many times to take him to rank 4. However, as you will see in this video, he doesn't really need to be rank 4 for the types of situations I usually bring him into. Like this starburst path. A rank 3 Gladiator Hulk is just fine. A 550 Gladiator Hulk is just fine. So bring your Gladiator Hulk for the starburst. You will not be sorry that you did. Alright, so we're gonna speed up the rest of these fights here because quite frankly they're a little bit boring. Gladiator Hulk, he is a beast, but he is not the fastest killing, so that might be a reason you want to rank him up so that the fights are over a little bit faster. But other than Starburst, you're going to be dealing with the same champions and their abilities that you normally would. So if you're using Gladiator Hulk, then these fights are no different than any other fight you're going to have to deal with. But now keep in mind that you do still have to deal with the global node. So if I hadn't mentioned it in the beginning of this video, I don't believe I did, but I have mentioned it in my last 2 videos for the first 2 quests. But you have to deal with Particle Protector, Micro Reflect, and I believe the other one is Size Matters. But the good thing about using Gladiator Hulk is that he's an extra large champion, so you don't have to worry about Size Matters, Particle Protector, or Micro Reflect. So that's one of the reasons that I didn't mention it earlier on in the video, because I knew I was going to be using Gladiator Hulk for the majority of this path here. The only things of note to mention during the rest of these fights that happened was I got ambushed by one of those golden adaptoids and I got wrecked, but I got him down eventually. Then, as you can see here, I went in against Kamala Khan, and I'm not going to even say anything about the game and the bugs or anything like that, but let's just say that I got wrecked when my controls decided to take a little nap. Alright, so that's enough said about that. Went in with Captain America Infinity War, finished her off. Alright, so here we are to the final boss, and it is a Magneto, and he can be a little bit tricky to fight. And by tricky, I mean annoying, especially if you try to go up against him with any metal type champions, and he gets that magnetize on them. Very, very annoying. You can't reliably parry him, and if you push him to his special 2 and you don't know how to evade that special 2, it's gonna wreck you. Alright, so I decided to go in here with Blade. Now, as you can see, I do not have Danger Sense active. I did not bring in my Ghost Rider, but he doesn't really need it. And as you can see, this is what I ended up doing to him for the entire fight. Parry and let the bleed do its work. And if he pushed me into a corner, then I would just fire off a heavy to give myself a little bit more space. Every once in a while I got a little plucky and fire off my special 2 just to make it go a little bit faster. And right here, I wanted to show you guys that I can evade that special 2. Alright, so we're going to speed up the rest of the fight because I basically did exactly what I just described to you. I parry, bleed, parry, bleed. If I got pushed to the corner, I fired off a heavy, wash, rinse, and repeat. Evade his special 1, evade his special 2. I had to learn to evade that special 2 the hard way when we did the first variant. That first variant, there was one defender that had Magneto's move set, if I remember correctly, and he constantly got to that special 2. So if I had not learned how to evade it, I was just going to continually get wrecked. So I learned. Alright, but that's it, guys. That is going to do it. Click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. And you guys have a blessed day.